You know this, you know from history, depending upon who's in the White House and who's got Congress and what their worldviews are, they may not be so interested in checking certain countries because they may not think those countries are adversaries. And I think that's one of those issues with
Yeah.
those Asiatic countries.
Let's put color to that, right? The 45 administration, the first Trump administration, everybody thought, oh, President Trump is trying to break up NATO. He wasn't trying to break up NATO. He was begging a very important question at the time. Why is the United States of America putting forward all of our time, troops, and treasure to defend Europe from what is the purpose of NATO? To stop Soviet expansion. That's why it was even created, now Russian expansion. If you have the Turk Stream type pipeline and the Nord Stream pipeline and all of these pipelines where you, Europe, are getting all of your oil and gas from Russia, making Russia wealthy beyond belief, but yet you expect us to be the security blanket, the security guarantee for you against them. This makes no sense. And by the way, you are putting yourself in strategic peril because if they shut off that oil and gas, which is exactly what they did at the onset of the Ukraine war when we were all putting sanctions onto Russia at the time, they shut off that oil and gas. Middle of winter, used it as a weapon, and Europe found themselves in a really bad place. President Trump warned about that, right? So yes, it matters to pay attention where your enemies and adversaries are going to be able to use these things as a weapon against you if you allow yourself to become dependent on that. And that's part of the battle that the United States of America is having with China right now. The United States of America has allowed itself to be dependent on consuming from China and in a number of different places, and allowed China to dominate in terms of extraction and refinement of things that we need to make other things. And that's put us in a really dangerous spot. And that's part of what we're doing, is trying to move away from that so we don't end up like Europe having oil and gas shut off on us by Russia.